I remember before I quit drinking how I would finish work at the Christmas break and I'd breathe a sigh of relief and I would think to myself, right, here we go. I can drink more than I usually do. I can have two, three bottles of red wine every single night. And then I would go for it right through the Christmas period. I'd be drinking way more than I usually would. And I was drinking a lot anyway. And then I'd get to the end of the Christmas period and it'd be time to return back to work, return back to normality. And I would start to feel guilt and feel a sense of shame around the amount that I'd been drinking. And I would start to think about cutting down. Everyone would be talking about dry January and alcohol free challenges. Now, I didn't actually do any of those, and I wanted to talk today about whether dry January is actually worth doing from my own experience of quitting drinking and obviously writing my book, The Sober Survival Guide, which I know some of you have read. And my view on it is this: we have Stoptober, we have dry January, there's loads of these alcohol free challenges out there. And I think they're wonderful. I think it's a great opportunity to explore sobriety. And if you're sober curious and you're thinking about taking a break from booze, it's a great way to dip your toe in the water. But here's what I found: the first 30 days of quitting drinking are actually the hardest. They're the most challenging. You go through lots of changes. You're having problems with your sleep, where you perhaps have been drinking every day and you're getting used to a new sleep routine. Your brain is starting to recalibrate. There's lots of changes going on in your body. Your mood can be up and down during those first 30 days. And what I'm trying to say is that I didn't really experience the wonderful benefits that come from an alcohol free life until I got past the first 30 days. So these challenges are great, but it's almost like doing the hardest bit and then stopping before you enjoy the rewards, before you reap the rewards from it. So my view is, sure, do a 30-day challenge such as dry January, but as you get towards the end of dry January, you should be thinking about extending it maybe to 60 days or 90 days and then looking at exactly what is happening to you and how many positive changes you've experienced. You definitely want to be taking a selfie at the start of a 30-day break from alcohol and looking at another selfie at the end and seeing how the darkness under your eyes has cleared, how your skin has changed, and writing down how you feel emotionally, your sense of happiness. What changes are you experiencing? Have you started to feel happier inside, more motivated, more energy? There's so many changes, and you'll only really start to experience those towards the end of 30 days or as you get past those first 30 days. So I would encourage anybody to take a 30-day break from drinking, but I do think you want to seriously consider towards the end of that moving into a longer period and taking a further commitment if you've enjoyed what you've done and you've started to see some benefits. The other issue with 30-day challenges is you're doing it on willpower. So you grit your teeth and you commit to not drinking for 30 days. Potentially every day that passes, you're feeling deprived. You're feeling a sense of loss that you can't drink. Whereas if you think of a longer term strategy, and this is all outlined in my book, if you think of a longer term strategy where you actually change your beliefs about alcohol and you change your mindset so that your new lifestyle is that you don't want booze in your life, you're not relying on willpower. You're free. You just don't drink anymore. And that's a far more comfortable experience, a far more pleasurable experience where you find peace in your life and you're completely happy. So I would think about that as well. So maybe if you are doing dry January, try and work on your beliefs about alcohol as you do it. If you're reading a book like this or using something like the alcohol experiment as a tool to see you through, then that's all going to serve to get you into a place where you will be really comfortable and enjoy what you're doing. Because sobriety is meant to be fun. It's not meant to be an experience of gritting your teeth and suffering for a whole 30 days while you can't have something. You want to feel like you just don't want it. I don't drink. I don't want to drink. Alcohol's irrelevant. It's insignificant to me. So if you can completely change your mindset and work on what you actually believe, most of those beliefs are actually going to be wrong. You just don't know it yet. And start digging into those. You can change everything. You can completely change your life and move from 30 days of gritting your teeth and having a tough time to actually enjoying and embracing your new life. I'd urge you to watch the other video on my YouTube channel, which says why we need to think like a vegan in sobriety, because it talks a lot about the mindset and having a really positive outlook on it, and seeing sobriety as a lifestyle, something that we should enjoy, something that we should be passionate about. But if you are doing dry January, I wish you every success, but try and come at it with a real sense of curiosity and an open mind, and do start thinking about, rather than just doing 30 days, at the end of 30 days, can I make a further commitment? Can I commit to another 60 days, another 90 days? And just get really curious and inquisitive about all the changes and all the wonderful things that happen to you. But again, I wish you every success. And if you want to join the Be Sober Facebook group for additional support while you're doing dry January, you'll be welcomed with open arms.